Hi there, I'm Dr. Janice Marie Collins. Welcome to this website, my website, Teaching Without Borders with Active Centralized Empowerment. It is a partner to my up and coming book, Teaching Without Borders with Active Centralized Empowerment, same name. And I want to take out a little bit of time to tell you what Active Centralized Empowerment, acing it, is really all about. Um, in short, students, classrooms, lesson plans can be confining when you teach in a traditional way only. Sometimes that's very appropriate. Um, but there are times where, in every situation, in every classroom, in every lab, someone is left out. Okay? A voice is left out, a person is left out, their identity is left out. What active centralized empowerment does, it gets rid of the borders. So you teach without borders. And what that means is instead of having very concrete constraints of your classroom setting, for instance, your physical setting, there's a way that you can move your classroom around physically to make it more inviting, more welcoming, and more inclusive within a diverse set of opinions, people, what have you. It's really a way to kind of expand and advance the way we normally teach. And when we talk about teaching without borders, a lot of individuals, for instance, students can come from different backgrounds, different experiences. Those backgrounds and those experiences, the they play a role in how a child and how a student, how an adult learns. And what you want to do is, with active centralized empowerment, you actively centralize a person in a way that empowers them to move themselves from the margins. As well, you can set up your pedagogy in your classroom to actively help and encourage them to move from the margins as well. So, if a person, for instance, came from a lower economic class, okay, a lot of times these students will not really engage in classroom discussions because they feel it's not really pertaining to them, depending on what the subject is. Active centralized empowerment. One of the tools that I use is class participation tags, right? Everyone gets their name tag at the very beginning of the semester or the quarter. And throughout the semester, the learning term, they are allowed to participate on their own free will. And all of those name tags, each one counts for a certain amount of points. And so what that means is that student will sit there and know that they can make 100 points if they speak 10 times throughout the semester. And they can't just speak, they have to be involved. And what that means is when they feel that they've been involved and they have actively centralized themselves on what's unique and special about themselves, and they've empowered themselves to move from the margins or move from the margins that someone is trying to place on them, then they're rewarded of their own free will. So they turn in the name tag. Dr. Collins, I think I've done a great job. We'll discuss it. If I think they've done a great job and we agree, then I take the name tag, and there they go. They get 10 points. And there's 10 of those, so you can vary those between 5 and 10. So that's a classroom setting, that's the individual, but also there is a way with active centralized empowerment that you can actually design lesson plans and tasks that actually are made to be and designed to be inclusive. That means everyone is special. Everyone has something unique that can be offered to the classroom environment, the learning environment, the lab environment, the work environment, because what they're saying and who they are is really important. I really feel that. And what you'll find from that is you have benefits such as raised and increased self esteem that's sustained, self value, self empowerment, critical thinking, the acceptance of inclusion of other people and other opinions. So it's really a way to, it's a heuristic and holistic way to include all that is wonderful and great about the learning environment and within the learning environment. I've been working with this and developing this for over 15 years. I use quantitative and qualitative mixed methodologies to actually test on leadership, um, transformational leadership. When there's a bullying situation, how do you get students to stand up for that victim? How do you get that victim to stand up for themselves in a way that doesn't hurt them? It actually enhances their growth, their development, to have a voice, to activate that voice. And it also allows you to actually teach and produce content that is within a collective that's also inclusive. It's really important to be inclusive. I think that's really important. And so this is what this is about. And so I call it inclusion with power, which means we just don't use tokens, right? When tokenism is out, we use cross cultural competency, multiple intelligences, and we use intersectionality within the pedagogical design of your classroom environment, your learning environment. So the book has a lot of strategies that will help you achieve this goal. If your goal is to be inclusive, to be fair, to have justice within the microcosm of the real world, which is your learning environment. There's so much more I could say about that, but I'll stop at that point. I want to thank you again for stopping by the classroom. I even have something on the pandemic, how I was able to change a classroom to be more inclusive and more empowering during the pandemic when we're all virtual and online, just like now. So I hope you enjoy the website. Please feel free to contact me if you have any questions or suggestions, because this pedagogy is only going to be Teaching Without Borders is only going to be as good as you and I actually work it, test it, what works, what doesn't work, and not everything works for everyone. So I'm really excited about that. I'll have a discussion forum set up as well where you can discuss with others and with myself about what's working and what you think needs to be improved on Facebook. I'll have that as well real soon. So I wish you well, and I hope that you are being inclusive with power. Teaching Without Borders with active centralized empowerment. Actively centralize yourself on what is special and unique about yourself and your experiences, and that will enhance everything and everyone, including yourself. It will empower you to move from the margins. Have a great day, everybody, and teach without borders. Ace it. Take great care. Bye bye.